How you doing today? Karen here. Channel Galactic Butterfly. Thank you for joining me. Today I am going to go over a couple things that we forget about when we're cleaning. Everybody does deep clean usually twice a year. Spring cleaning, fall cleaning. But during the in-between cleanings and even deep cleaning, we can sometimes forget little things. So I'm going to go over some of the little things that we do tend to look over. We're going to go ahead and clean them, and then later in the video, well, can you believe it? Christmas is here already. We'll go over that later in the video. So sit back, grab yourself a cup of coffee, water, energy drink, whatever it is you feel like, and enjoy the video. Let's get stuff done. One thing I personally tend to forget is the bottom of the doors, your entryways. What do they call them? A door sill? I don't know. But in and out, all the foot traffic brings a lot of grime and dust. And then this thing here, the, what do you call it, springy door opener thing, gets a lot of grease on that. I guess from the mechanics of opening and closing the door. I don't know. I just know that there's a lot of gunk down here. And the only reason why I personally noticed it was I dropped something the other day coming in the door, and when I went down to pick it up, you know, up close and personal with the floor, it's like, oh my goodness, this is disgusting. So I got down on my hands and knees and tried to get it as clean as I could. This part here is the track from the sliding glass door from the dining room out to the deck. Look how filthy that gets. Again, walking in and out. Not only that, that's the main door that the dogs come in and out. I have their little doggy door on the screen there. So they are constantly in and out, and I don't know, sometimes you just wonder, how in the world does it get this dirty? I don't know. Door sills and windowsills. This is another handy dandy thing you can do with Q-tips. It fits perfectly in those little corners and in the track there. Now we're on the other side of the slider. This is the main area where you walk in and out. I guess too, with the rain hitting it, because this part is actually on the outside of the door, that tends to have dust and dirt and all that other fun stuff stick to it pretty easy. I don't know, I just still can't seem to comprehend in my mind how something can get so dirty. But I guess the reason is because this is one of the things that we do not clean on a regularly basis. Something that we tend to overlook that needs to be done. Something that usually gets done once or twice a year, if that. Another thing we forget, doorknobs. These things are touched every single day. So not only does it accumulate the oils and stuff from our hands, but when the kids are there, you get your food and all kinds of fun stuff that they're carrying around. Lots of germs. So that's another thing that we tend to forget to clean regularly. I know I do. So I'm just going around the house, getting all the doorknobs inside the door, on the outside of the door. Areas that are frequently touched. Oh, my doors actually really need a good fresh paint job. You get little nicks and dings and all that other kind of fun stuff. And well, again, the oils on your hands leave the dirty handprints on the sides of the door where you tend to grab. Here's another thing, the screen above your stove, you know, that covers the fan, that just tends to collect all the grease from cooking. Look at that big old spot of grease. So I'm just using the Dawn Power Wash. I will let it set for probably about 15-20 minutes. In the meantime, I'm going to take a wipe and a Clorox wipe, get up here and get the grease that is accumulated on the fan above the stove and just wipe that stove range hood underneath and get that nice and clean. This screen, filter screen, fan screen, whatever, above the stove, set for a while with the Dawn Power Wash. I'm going to go ahead and get some hot water and spray it off. Get all the leftover residue out of it. You can definitely see it different when I flip it over. How much cleaner it is. That spot is where the fan actually is pretty much gone. So I'm just going to go ahead and finish spraying this down with hot water and let it dry. Okay, so while that's drying, another thing we tend to forget is the molding above the doors. They tend to collect a lot of dust. Now, I did recently paint the walls in this room a few months ago, so it shouldn't be that dirty because that was cleaned when I painted. But the other ones over by the front door, well, that's a different story because it has been a while since I painted, so of course they have not been cleaned. That's another area that just tends to collect dust. I can imagine what the walls look like. I guess the walls need a good scrubbing. Actually, they could use a good fresh coat of paint as well. I don't know. Maybe I'll do that. And another thing, light bulbs. Have you ever turned on a light that you haven't used in a while? Especially with winter months coming up, you know, the time change and it gets dark earlier. You turn that light bulb on and you smell something burning. Well, that's all the dust that has accumulated over the season since you haven't been using that light bulb and it's burning off. So take some time, grab yourself a Clorox wipe, go through the house, and dust off those light bulbs. Who'd have thought they'd have collected dust? Well, they do. Another thing that we tend to forget is our dryer vent. Yes, I know. After a load of dried, you get it, you take all the dust lint off, and what do? You just stick it right back in the dryer. But did you know that if you use the dryer sheets, it tends to leave a film on the screen, and that helps block some airflow. So what you need to do is get that washed off too. So I just took some of the lint off that was attached and stuck to the little felt thing. Got my Dawn power wash again, and I'm going to spray the screen down real good on both sides and let that set for, a good 15-20 minutes. Then I'm going to rinse it off. I mean, seriously, who'd have thought that the dryer sheet residue would have done that? Another thing that I like to do, at least once a year, if I remember, is clean back here where the hoses are. Yes, it collects a lot of dirt. But one thing that I like to do, and unfortunately I could not find my wrencher pliers, I take the hoses off. Now where I live, it does accumulate. I have well water, and you get all kinds of gunky stuff that get in the screen of the hose. So I like to get those cleaned out. Here's another thing, the door jamb. When you open and close the door, yeah, you touch the doorknob, but a lot of times you touch the side of the door, which also collects the oils from your hand, leaves fingerprints, gets dirty. And another thing, your floor vents. How many people actually take the vent off their floor, get down there with the vacuum? See, dust and stuff accumulates down there as well. Something we don't think about. So I like to get that vacuumed out. Then I'll get me a wipe, Clorox wipe. Wipe that down. Also the scent, when like the AC comes on or the heat comes on, a nice clean vent smells good. Well, at least for a while it does. Another thing you may want to think of that we don't think of, well, actually I only think of is when I paint the walls. So, is your wall vents, your intake wall vents. They should be cleaned out too, because a lot of dust accumulates and sticks behind the grate to the wall, and, well, they should be cleaned out too. And here's another thing I don't know how many people realize, but the bottom rim of the toilet. I like to get some peroxide and just sort of spray it around there. Get that peroxide under there a little bit, because not only does dirt and gunk collect underneath that lip there, but the hydrogen peroxide sort of helps it freshen up a little bit. Now, if you have males in your house, well, we all know. I don't even have to explain myself. But anyway, it's good to wipe down, get underneath that toilet lip, get that cleaned up. See? and your drains, whether it be your tub drain, your sink drain. They accumulate not only skin cells that gunk up, but hair from washing your hair from brushing your hair that falls down there and gets down the sink, shaving, soap gunk, toothpaste, all kinds of yucky stuff gets down in that drain. So clean your drains out. Then put some baking soda down there and some vinegar. Watch it all bubble up. You know, like we used to do those volcanoes in school. That'll give you a fresh drain for a while. Now out front, my front window has those, these windows here that they go out sideways. I took the screens out. I was going to wash the screens, but they definitely need to be repaired. So I'm just going to put them in the basement, keep the screens out for the winter, get them rescreened, and put them back in the spring. But flies get in between, because you get holes in the screen, get in between the screen and the window, and they tend to go there and die. And then you've got all this yucky fly stuff down there. But anyway, that's something that we don't really think about. So these things right now are pretty much all that I can think of that we tend to forget to clean when we do clean. So hopefully you are motivated from this to get up and go check out your areas. Things that you tend to miss. See if you can get those clean. Hey guys, so in the midst of cleaning, I was watching YouTube, of course, and there was a lady on there, unfortunately I forget her name, who mentioned that Walmart has Christmas out already. Today's September 26th. Christmas? It's not even Halloween yet. Heck, it's not even October yet. Christmas? Really? So guess what? George and I, we're taking a road trip. We're headed to Walmart to see if our Walmart has Christmas out. Do you think they do? I don't know, but like they say, early bird gets the worm. So if there's something out there that's cool looking now, you gotta grab it. Because time comes and it's gone. You're going to be kicking yourself in the pants because you didn't get it then. So, George and I... Oh, by the way, you like his new hat? Looking handsome, ain't he? George and I we're headed to Walmart to see if it's true. If Christmas has arrived. Let's go.
Don't settle talk and we'll go for a walk. It's the hope of Janice and Jen. And Mom and Dad can hardly wait for school to start again. It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas. Everywhere you go, there's a tree in the Grand Hotel, one in the park as well. It's the sturdy kind that doesn't mind the snow. It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas. Soon the bells will start.
Well, yep. Walmart's putting Christmas stuff out. September 26th, they're starting to load up the shelves. Now, did I buy anything? Not Christmas decor. No, I do not need any more Christmas decor. I've got too much. I actually got to start getting rid of stuff. But I did find a couple things on clearance for the grandkids for Christmas stockings. So, yes, I did pick that up. No, I'm not going to show you because they watch these videos and then they'll see them. But trust me, I got a good deal. So, why? Well, since I'm out here, out and about, and I'm close to BB's, I think I'm going to swing in there real quick, maybe pick up some fresh fruit. I do need some salad dressing and see if they got anything exciting. So, George, you ready? Ready to go to BB's with me? Yeah, I think he needs to get out of the house. So we're going to head there, then we're going to head back home, and we're going to finish our cleaning. So I'll see you soon. Boy, after all that Christmas shock, I came home, didn't feel like cleaning. Didn't feel like cooking either. So I grabbed me some crescent rolls, some spicy cheese, spread it on, added some hot dogs, and some jalapeno bread and butter pickles. Stuck it in the crescent roll, put it in the oven, baked it. That was my dinner. The rest of the night, I just sat back and caught up on my people I watch on YouTube. But to all you, thanks for watching. Hope to see you back. If you haven't yet subscribed, hit that subscribe button. Give me a thumbs up. Let me know you like the video. Leave me a comment. I love to chat with you guys. All right. Again, thanks for watching. And y'all stay blessed. See you soon.